How many SpongeBobs do you think it would take to kill Goku? 10? 50? Maybe a million? No. How about 30 billion SpongeBobs it would take to kill Goku? That is insane. But that does make me curious about other fictional characters and how many of those it would take to kill Goku. Because if you know anything about me, you know that I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan and I love Goku. So we saw 30 billion SpongeBobs, but apparently it would only take 2.5 billion Eric Cartmans. And I say only, not because 2.5 billion is a small number, but because Eric Cartman is a fat child. I genuinely, and I'm not even trying to like be like, oh, I love Goku so much. He's the best character ever, even though he is. But I actually think it might be a trillion. Think about it. Goku could literally destroy an entire planet like that if he wanted to, and then instant transmission away. You know, like, I don't think 2.5 billion humans is enough, and a regular human adult is stronger than Eric Cartman. Next, we have 2 billion stormtroopers it would take to defeat Goku. I still think it would be more, but it does make sense. It does make more sense to me. Also, how is the difference between Eric Cartman and Stormtrooper only 0.5? I know it's billion, but like they're still similar. The next is Scooby-Doo! 1.8 billion Scooby-Doos to defeat Goku. You're telling me that Scooby-Doo is stronger than a Stormtrooper? Maybe like accidentally, actually, because low-key, Scooby-Doo is undefeated. Like, has he ever lost? Maybe he like accidentally wins every fight or encounter, whatever you want to call it. Next, 1.6 billion Jon Snows it would take to defeat Goku. I don't want to disagree with all of these, but like, Jon Snow is strong, and I love Jon Snow, but he only has a sword, and he's a normal human. Like, a stormtrooper would destroy Jon Snow.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Next, 1.5 billion creepers it would take to destroy Goku. This is the first one that I actually kind of believe. 1.5 billion creepers is absurd. I mean, if you think about it, one creeper one-shots Steve, a naked Steve, but still, it one-shot Steve. So now you're talking about 1.5 billion health of a regular Minecraft character, all exploding at once on top of Goku. I think it could do it. I think that one could do it. But who made this rating scale? Because the next one is just the most random character and number I've ever seen. It would take 1.5 billion Mike Wazowskis to defeat Goku. Who is doing like this power level scale? How did you decide that Mike Wazowski is the same level as a Minecraft creeper? Is it because they're both green and they both stand on 2 legs and they're both kind of weird? Is that what it is? Maybe whoever made this just like mixed up the two. Classic mix up. Oh, here we go. We're actually getting into a superhero now. And by the end of this, we're going to get into some of your favorite characters and most popular superheroes. But first up, we have Batman for Gotham. It would take 650 million Batmen to defeat Goku. I think that's all right. I think that's pretty good. Like, Batman cooks any normal human, but he's terrible in the grand scheme of superheroes because he doesn't even have superpowers. So I think that's relatively fair. The thing is though, like in power levels, I'm pretty sure when Goku's in Ultra Instinct, he's at like 10 septillion. And so if Batman's power level, let's say, is like 50, because I think the normal human is like 5 or 6, something like that. So let's say Batman is 50 times 50 by 650 million. It's nowhere near 10 septillion. Like, it's not close. It's silly to even compare the two. So I don't really know how I feel about it, but make sure you guys let me know how accurate you think this list is, because I think everyone's going to have a little bit different opinions. Next though, 450 million Chewbacca's it would take to take out Goku. So you're telling me Chewbacca's stronger than Batman? One Chewbacca beats a Batman? I don't think so. I don't think so, personally. Okay, what? 410 million Stitches from Lilo and Stitch? Stitch is stronger than Chewbacca. To be fair, I didn't watch the Lilo and Stitch movie. Like, maybe he's really good in that. Maybe he cooks. But I didn't know that. And I would have definitely taken Chewbacca over Stitch any day. 350 Mandalorian it would take to defeat Goku. I'm just saying, like, I think I would take Goku in almost every single one of these scenarios. Here we go. Now we're getting into some really cool superheroes. Boom! Captain America. It would take 230 million Captain Americas to defeat Goku. Now, I think Captain America is low-key like the worst character in the Avengers, but he's kind of like the leader of it. He's like the head coach. I think that's pretty fair though, because he does have like super strength and super this and super that, and he's got uranium shields and stuff. I think that's fair. Next, 80 million Wolverines it would take to defeat Goku. Wolverine is almost he's practically indestructible with how well he regenerates. So like if Goku kills half of them while he's trying to take on the other 40 million, the first 40 million will be regenerating and then come back. It'd be like fighting an undead horde of zombies. I like that matchup a lot, actually. I think that that's a good one. Next, 40 million Spider-Men it would take to defeat Goku. That is half the amount of Wolverines, which means this dude, whoever made this list, thinks Spider-Man is twice the strength of Wolverine. Am I getting that right? That's crazy. I don't know about that, but I do think Spider-Man's strong. I think Goku could take him though. It would take 20 million Iron Men / Tony Starks to defeat Goku. Imagine he built something to where all 20 million of them, all their suits like conjointed together to create one enormously giant Iron Man. That would be sick. That would be cool. And at that point, I might take Iron Man in that battle because in like some of the battles in Dragon Ball Super, specifically, I think it was like the Universe 6 and 7 tournament, or maybe it was just in the Tournament of Power, I forget. But there was a robot in there that was low-key cooking. So if you took 20 million of Iron Man suits and stuck them all together, I'm sure that they would be stronger than that. I might go with Iron Man on that one. Speaking of giant robots, we have 5 million Optimus Primes. Optimus Prime is insanely strong, actually. So that's a good battle. That is actually a good fight. Next, though, 4 million Doctor Stranges it would take to defeat Goku. I actually think Doctor Strange is like one of the strongest, if not the strongest Avenger. Bro has the Time Stone. He can control time. So he can go back in time, forth in time, whenever he wants, however many times that he wants. That is so overpowered, especially if you have 4 billion of them. Oh, look at this. We have a Jedi now. 3.5 million Obi-Wan Kenobis to defeat him. Dude, I feel like since they have the power of the Force, they could all just all choke him at once. 3.5 million of them. I'm not sure what Goku could do against that. It would take 3 million Mr. Incredibles to defeat Goku. I like that. That dude is strong as heck. 3 million of them would be crazy. Next, 2.2 million Thors it would take to defeat Goku. Really? Because Thor is a god, keep in mind. So like, I know sometimes Thor's kind of like not the strongest ever, but when he like turns up, when he really turns up, but he's like prime Thor, bro, he is strong. Really, really strong. And 2.2 million is a big, big number. I actually think I would go with Thor in that one if I get 2.2 million of them. Are you kidding? Next, 2 million Darth Vaders it would take to defeat Goku. I think that's pretty fair. And only 670,000 Luke Skywalkers. Is Luke Skywalker really that much stronger than Darth Vader? Wow. Okay, whoever made this list, what are we doing here? 620,000 Avatar Aangs it would take to defeat Goku. Look, I love Avatar. I love Avatar Aang. I respect him, and I understand that he has the power of, you know, all the different mojo stuff. But you're telling me that he is like 3 times stronger than Thor? Really? He's actually over 3 times stronger than Thor is what this comparison's telling me. You're telling me 3 Thors cannot take out 1 child of Avatar Aang. And I'm not saying Avatar Aang's weak. I recognize that he's strong. I'm not saying he's not strong. I'm saying that Thor is a god. And you're telling me that that Avatar Aang is stronger than him. And I know I'm going to get a lot of Avatar fanboys saying, oh, well, actually, the avatars are considered gods in their own realm. So really, yeah, he is stronger than Thor. I just won't believe you. Next, Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh! Whoa! It would take 170,000 Exodias to defeat Goku, but I thought it's just a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Like, I didn't know that they could just go on and start attacking, like, real people. It's been a while since I've watched Yu-Gi-Oh, to be honest. I don't really remember it that well. Ooh, Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. In his Titan form, would only take 18,000 of them to defeat Goku. Now, I wonder what Titan form it's talking about. Like, what about the founding Titan form? Or, like, after he acquired some of the other Titan abilities? Or is this just the Attack Titan? I don't know. But if we're including, like, Hammer Titan and all the other Titans that he gets, it might be even less. Next, 5,000 Nappas it would take to destroy Goku. See, I like seeing other Dragon Ball characters in here because it goes to show how strong the entire Dragon Ball world actually is. Because Nappa is a pretty terrible character in the grand scheme of things. Like, yes, he's strong in Dragon Ball Z, but when you get into Super, like, Nappa he's chump change. He's pebbles compared to where we're at now. Point being, the pebbles and, like, dust of Dragon Ball are stronger than 95% of the other characters in other animes and TV shows and movies. And the numbers are getting very, very low. We're down to just 400 Godzillas it would take to destroy Goku. I actually like that number because Godzilla is crazy crazy strong. 400 of them? That is a lot. Like, I think 3 or 4 Godzillas it would take to destroy the entire world. And now we're talking about 400 of them. They would definitely rule the planet and give Goku a run for his money. Okay, who did this one? Who did this one? Who let this one pass? 230 Neos to defeat Goku? Neo is a normal human, I think, right? Like, he doesn't actually have anything super about him. He just defeated the Matrix. You're telling me that one Neo would defeat Godzilla? One Neo could almost take on 2 Godzillas. What are we talking about right now? I disagree with that one for obvious reasons. Oh, here we go. It'll only take 25 cells to defeat Goku. I actually think that that's really high. Like, low-key, Cell cooked Goku. Now, that was when Goku was only in Super Saiyan 2 form, and he was going through some stuff, but maybe if we're talking about Ultra Instinct form Goku, it would take 25 cells, but I think Cell would get stronger, kind of like how Frieza got stronger too. So I don't know, 25 cells seems like a lot of cells. Okay, bro, 7 Narutos, really? I love Naruto. I watched all of Naruto, and I'm only like halfway through Shippuden, so please don't spoil anything. And again, I love Naruto. It's actually, growing up, I watched Dragon Ball, and anyone who watched Naruto, I would like make fun of, and we would have a little, we wouldn't actually fight, but like we would argue about what show is better, blah, 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 and I would always tell them that Dragon Ball is better than Naruto. However, as I adulted, I finally got around to watching Naruto, and it's a really good show to the point where borderline better than Dragon Ball. I hate to admit it, but I'm just speaking facts. Okay, we're getting back into some more Dragon Ball characters though. It would only take 4 Friezas to defeat Goku. That one I believe, especially with the new form of Frieza, Black Frieza. I think it might only take 1. I actually haven't watched it yet. I think it's out somewhere on like Crunchyroll or something, but I'm pretty sure Black Frieza like could cook Goku. So it might even be less than 4. 3 tops to defeat Goku? Not true. It's 2. The answer is 2 because 1 top is enough to like almost kill Goku. 2 of them for sure beat him. 3 is like he gets stomped on. And now we're getting down to like literally pretty much 1v1s because it would only take 2 Thanoses to defeat Goku. Now this must be Thanos with a full gauntlet. Dude, I think he could 1v1 him. I think Thanos could 1v1 Goku. And I hate to say it, as much of a Goku fan I am, but like Thanos can do anything. Snap the fingers this, you know, back in time. Snap the fingers, obliterate half the entire universe. Snap the fingers, we're in a whole new realm. You know, like, and the thing about Goku is he likes to mess around and he likes to take time with his fights. But with someone like Thanos, you can't let him set up. You cannot let him snap his fingers even once, or else the entire battle just goes whack. And then you're lost. You don't know where you are. Next thing you know, you're dead. And oh, baby, here we go. We are down to 1v1s. Apparently, all of these last characters could 1v1 Goku. First up, this is the anime battle debate of all debates. Who would win in a battle, Saitama or Goku? The description of that actually says one Saitama can't beat Goku with Ultra Instinct. Sorry for disappointing you. I mean, if they're gonna admit it, I'll take it. I'm Team Goku, but I do recognize like Saitama low-key could win that for sure. I've actually watched a lot of fan animations of the 2 battling, and Saitama gets the better of Goku in a lot of those. But I am curious to know what you guys think about that one, because a lot of split debates there. Next, 1 Beerus it would take to destroy Goku. That one is pretty obvious. He's the god of destruction. It would be a good fight now, though, that Goku has unlocked true Ultra Instinct, but I think Beerus would probably still win. Okay, and who is this lady? Who is this? Sailor Moon Usagi? What is that? Who is she? It's a well-known fact that Usagi is stronger than Goku by 1.5 times? Is it? I didn't know that. Who is that? No way she's that strong. She can't be human, right? Like, she's got to be from another planet or something. Like, what? That's absurd. I don't know about all that. I don't know who she is, but I have my doubts. I want to see it. I want to see it first. And of course, boys, last but not least, we have the strongest character in any show, any anime, anything. We got the man, the myth, the legend himself, Grand Zeno. He can destroy the entire multiverse with the blink of an eye if he wanted. He is infinitely strong and nobody is ever touching him, even though he looks like a clown child. Now that we know how many anime characters it would take to defeat Goku, let's see how many animals it would take to defeat you. Did you know that 3 million worms would kill you? Well, I'm finding that out for myself as well. Look, I actually think I could take 3 million worms unless I'm laying down and they're all on top of me. Then they might just squish me. But if they're all on the ground, I think I would just walk until I've squished 3 million of them. Next, it would take 1.2 million mosquitoes to kill you. That's actually more than I would have thought. Considering they literally suck your blood, I would have thought less would be able to do that. Fun fact, though, mosquitoes are one of the lead causes of death in the entire world. Not because they drain people entirely of their blood, but because they spread many diseases. Next, it would take 10,000 spiders to kill you. I feel like it really depends what type of spider, because some spiders are very harmless, but then there's others like black widows or tarantulas or brown recluses. And I would even say, like, if there was 100 black widows that all attacked you, that would probably do the trick. And I'm going to use the same logic for this one. Apparently, it takes 2,000 turtles to kill you. The problem is, I don't think that I could kill 2,000 turtles. Like the worms, I think eventually I could just walk on top of them and they would all get squished. With turtles, though, what am I supposed to do? They have a shell. How will I ever get through 2,000 of them? But it also depends what kind of turtle. Is it a snapping turtle? Is it one of the giant ones? Or is it just like a little, because some turtles are like literally this big, I think. But apparently it'll take 2,000 to get you. Next, 1.5 thousand houseflies it would take to get you. Really? It would take less houseflies than turtles to kill a human? That seems outrageous to me. Next, 1.2 thousand honeybees it would take to kill a human. Really? I feel like houseflies are entirely harmless, and honeybees, they can still sting you. How are they comparable at all? Oh, look at this one. We're getting into birds now. So 750 pigeons and 500 chickens it would take to get you. I actually think pigeons is probably way less than that because they can fly. So the thing is, like, I'm thinking realistically, what would be the strategy against 750 pigeons? What am I supposed to do? They're all in the sky. They're just going to swoop down and peck me one at a time. Slowly but surely, you would die a very slow and painful death of thousands of small lacerations. With chickens, at least, they can't really fly, so at least you have a chance to kick them, but 500 is a lot, and people do say that chickens are the evolution of dinosaurs and T-Rexes, so they are little madmen in there, and they're willing to kill anything. Next, it would take 400 puppies to kill you. I really don't want to think about killing puppies, but that's kind of what this video is all about, and puppies are very harmless, I feel. I've never had a puppy hurt me. Even if they try to bite you, it's just like a cute little like, it's so cute.
It's time to stop!
But if I had to, I think I could kill 1,000 of them. Obviously, when they grow up though and they're full-grown dogs, that would not be the case. Next, only 300 kittens it would take to get you. Now, apparently they do have way sharper teeth as well, so I guess that makes a little bit more sense. However, kittens are smaller than puppies, and it really depends how old these are. Like, are these 1 week old kittens? Because I would kill infinite. I would kill them all. I would kill every single one. Name a number, I got them. But if it's like 5-month-old kittens where they're starting to develop claws and fangs and all that, all right, I could see it. And see, we're moving back to the water here, and I feel like this is where we are at the most disadvantaged. 250 piranhas it would take to get us. The thing is, I think it would literally be one. As stupid as that might sound, we cannot touch a piranha. You can't grab it, you can't kick it, you can't do anything to a fish in the water unless you have a trap, a fishing hook, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if a piranha would be able to 1v1 a human if it really tried. Next, 225 bullet ants it would take to kill a human. Really? I feel like it would be way less. I'm pretty sure bullet ants have one of the most potent venoms or stings in the entire insect kingdom. 225 seems like a lot. Now, I'm assuming here that all of these animals have like well thought through strategies too. So like they're all in sync. They all know what they're actually doing, because 200 squirrels wouldn't be able to kill a man if they had a squirrel brain, because squirrels are dumb and they wouldn't be able to work together. But if they're working together, those things are like little daredevils. They're like little Tasmanian devils, actually. They'll jump from the top of a tree and land on your head and scratch you and claw your eyeballs out. They're crazy. So I could definitely see that. Next, 120 rats it would take to kill a man. I believe that too. Rats are kind of similar to squirrels, where they're just crazy little... They'll get you. They're one of the leading animals of causing human death. Next, it would only take 100 ducks. Really? I think I could take 100 ducks. What is a duck gonna do to me? It's got like a bill. It's not like one of those ones. It's like a little platypus one. What is it gonna do to me? I don't know, but apparently only 95 penguins it would take to kill a man. I could see this being the case if the fight was in home territory for penguins, because they know what they're doing in the snow. They can like bodyboard, body surf, slip and slide. They pretty much turn to bowling balls and just knock you over. And then when you're on the ground, they'll all start pecking you. But if we're in my home territory, they don't stand a chance. Next, it would take 75 100-year-olds to eliminate a human. Well, they already are human. Okay, but what if whoever's watching watching this is 100 years old? Are they just like a superhero 100-year-old man? That would be fun though. I would enjoy that. Fighting 75 100-year-olds. It would make me feel so like proud, but I would feel very bad for the old people, but it would be fun. Next, it would take 55 bats to kill you. This is interesting. I'm assuming it would be at nighttime because that's when bats come out. And if that's the case, we're cooked because we cannot see. Literally cannot see. Ooh, okay. This one would be fun too. 55-year-olds? Someone make this happen. I'll sign up. I'll be the guy to take on 55-year-olds. I think I could do it. I actually think I could do it. I don't see a world where they do any damage to me at all. Unless they go for my goodie bags. But we gotta make a rule. No cheap shots. Only respectful punches to the face. Okay? That's the only way. Wait, 25 hedgehogs is next? I didn't even know hedgehogs are dangerous. I mean, they got the quills, but I've picked up a hedgehog before and held them like this. So they're not like so dangerous to where you can't even touch them. The only hedgehog that I've ever touched was Chill. He was actually he was a cool guy. Pretty cool guy. Next, it would take 22 pigs to kill you. Wait, that's way more than I would think. Again, I'm under the impression that all of these animals like know what their task is and intentionally attack you at once. Pigs are big. I think they can get up to 200 pounds. They are like giant meatballs. And if they all start running at you, they're going to trample you. And they eat anything. They got strong teeth. They got strong jaws. I would say that number should be way lower if they all attacked simultaneously. Whoever made this clearly does not know what a sloth is. Sloths can barely move, bro. It would be like if a human was 150 years old. That is how slowly these things move. I'm sorry, but I could kill 1,000 of them. That's terrible. Okay, when we saw spiders earlier, I mentioned tarantulas, but now we actually have only tarantulas. It would only take 17 to kill you. Despite having a scary appearance, they are actually not too dangerous, really, because 17 of them seems pretty dangerous. That's not that many to kill a man. But a lot of people do have tarantulas as pets. I don't understand that at all. They scare the heebie-jeebies out of me. Next, it would only take 13 scorpions to kill a human. Aren't there a bunch of different types of scorpions too, though? Like, surely there's some king alpha scorpion that's like way more venomous than others. I wonder how much that one is. One thing I didn't know about scorpions, though, is they're actually really tiny. I thought that, like, at first I thought scorpions were like this big. I think they're actually only like this big. Like, they're not that big, although this is pretty big in the grand scheme of things. Next, it would only take 12 goats and 11 raccoons. Really? Wait, it would take less raccoons than goats? Goats have horns. Raccoons do not. Goats are heavy. Raccoons are not. Bro, what even is that? A murder hornet? It would only take 10 murder hornets to kill. Why is that not one? If someone told me that there's a murder hornet, I would think only one of them it would take to kill me. That is, what a scary name that is. Like, what? One murder hornet can kill 40 bees in a minute? What? How have I never heard of that? That's insane. What a life that thing must live. Just pure chaos and kill murder. That's all it thinks. That's all it knows. That's insane. Next, it would take 9 rattlesnakes to kill a man. I thought it would be less. Rattlesnakes are very venomous and scary. Like, if you get bit by a rattlesnake, that's emergency ER instantly, just by one of them. 9 of them? Yeah, you're definitely cooked. Next, we have 6 vultures. That is a strange looking vulture. I think that's a little error in the video here. But vultures, yeah, they don't attack living people. It says they will rarely attack a living person, but if they do, it'll take 6 of them to get you. I didn't know that. I guess if they're like super hungry and then they just like cannot wait for something to die, then they'll go and kill something themselves. But yeah, vultures, they just eat like dead things already. We are really getting down to low numbers now because we're just at 5. And apparently it would only take 5 monkeys to kill a man. And this really depends what kind of monkey, in my opinion, because there's some little teeny tiny monkeys and I'd be able to crumble a million of them. But if we're talking chimpanzees, I think one chimpanzee might kill me. Next, it would only take 5 6-year-olds to kill a man. Let me think. My dad's turning 60 this year. I think I could take him, but could I take 5 of him? I think it'd be close. My dad might get me. I don't know. Next, it would take 4 baby elephants to kill a grown man. Really? I think that they're pretty big though, no? Like, how baby are we talking? Like, I think in 2 months, 1 baby elephant's got ya. Those things are big. I know that they're still a baby, but they're strong, they're big, and what do we do against it? That's like what I think they're not taking into consideration here. Is like, what does a human do against an elephant? Nothing. We can't do anything. Next, it would take 3 cows to kill a man. That I totally believe. Cows are huge, and if they kick you, ooh, they'll kick you good. All right, now we're getting into the second smallest number, which also is second because it's number 2. Next, it would take 2 kangaroos to kill a man too. I didn't know kangaroos were that strong. The only thing I know about kangaroos and fighting humans is that one video of the kangaroo that's like strangling the dog, and then the owner comes over and starts boxing it. Boom! Hits him with like a left hook, and then they're good. They're cool. The kangaroo's like, hey, yo, I didn't know you were like that. We're good. No, we're good, bro. Here, take your dog back. We're good. Sorry about that. Sorry about the trouble. He actually seemed kind of chill. Oh, chimpanzee Twinsies! Here we go. It would only take 2 to kill a man. Honestly, I think it would take 1. Have you seen their fangs? They got fangs like 6 inches. And they're crazy, and they're strong, and they have crazy grip strength. Like, I think they could literally just like rip your face apart. As gory as that is, I'm sorry. I know that's like a bad picture in your head, but those things are insane. Like, they're actually crazy. I think that number should be 1. But speaking of the number 1, that is where we're at now. And the first on the list is a king cobra snake. It only takes 20 minutes for the venom to put you in a fatal state. Wow. Is that the most venomous snake? Is the king cobra? That's crazy. But I swear I've seen people in like India be able to control like 100 of them at once. Like they play a flute and the king cobras like get hypnotized or something. If you're trained in the realm of king cobras, low key, you might be able to cook like 100 of them. And last but not least, boys, we have the king of the jungle, the lion. Of course, it would only take 1 lion to kill a man. And I actually think there's a lot of other animals that would only take 1. I'm thinking bears, I'm thinking tigers, I'm thinking giraffes. There's a lot out there. And the moral of the story is just don't mess with any animals because some of them are way more dangerous than you might ever know. Now, getting bit by a cobra might sound really painful, but it doesn't come close to the worst injuries ever. Let's check them out. Starting off with one of the least painful injuries in the world, a simple paper cut. That is only $2. Now, I'll add, I think it matters where the paper cut is. If you get a paper cut in between your fingies, we gotta bump that up to at least $5. Next, though, doubling the amount of pain, coming in at $4, we have stepping on a plug. Yeah. That does hurt. I think at your extremities, like your fingertips, your feet, your toes, that's where you have a lot of nerve endings, and that's why it's so painful to injure those parts of your body. And to continue on that trend, the next one up is stubbing your toe at also $4. Now, stubbing your toe is kind of like a paper cut, I think, where it depends how bad it really is. I mean, you can stub your toe to where it's like, oh, I stubbed my toe. But if you kick a cement wall at full force, I might go to the hospital. That would hurt really bad. Inching our way up now, though, we are at $5. And this is if you get scratched by a cat. I'll be honest, I'm not a big cat guy. I just love dogs, man. I just love dogs. Like, if I were to get any pet, I don't have one. I would rather have 10 dogs than any amount of cats. I just love dogs so much. They're just nice, they're sweet, and they don't really scratch you like cats do. Next up, we have biting tongue. I am ashamed to admit that I do this way more often than I should for being a 26-year-old grown man. But also, I chew a lot of gum, so I think I'm just more likely to do it because I'm constantly chewing, and any one singular mischew, and I'm bleeding in my mouth. But normally, I don't bite my tongue. I normally bite my cheek. Not really sure why. At $6? What? We have burning the roof of your mouth with hot pizza? Okay, I beg to differ. Being a pizza man connoisseur, in fact, here's an entire box of pizza right here that I ate all of it in one sitting. For size comparison, this is my head, and I have a really big head already. I have a serious problem with eating pizza, so if anyone has any intel on this here, I think I'm qualified. Look, it hurts, don't get me wrong, it hurts, but at the same time, it hurts so good because it tastes so good. Kind of a love-hate thing. Next up, we have getting a splinter. Really? I feel like getting a splinter doesn't hurt that bad. It's just more annoying than anything else because it can like just irritate your skin for the next couple of days or weeks. But at $7, we have punching a wall. I'm just gonna assume this is like a brick wall. And to be honest with you, I thought it would be way higher because I think if you punch like a brick wall at full force, there's a very high likelihood that you're gonna break a bone in your hand. And breaking a bone is extremely painful. That's gonna be at least like $50, I think. Next up at $7, we have drowning. Bro, what? You die when you drown. What do you mean $7? You're dead. You die. That's infinite dolls. That is infinity and beyond. I don't understand how that's only $7. What are you talking about? You literally die. I mean, maybe it's not that painful to drown. It's just extremely dangerous. I guess that's the argument. But dude, drowning? It definitely takes way more of like a mental toll. And there's way more like mental trauma than any of the ones before. Maybe physically doesn't hurt that bad. But like if you drown and you get resuscitated, I don't think I would ever go back in water. That would scar me for life. Next up at $8, we have arthritis. If that's just lower back pain, then I have arthritis at my ripe age of 26. And it is very annoying. And at the same amount of pain, we have the menstrual cycle, which women get about once a month. I am an expert in many things. That is not one of them though. I don't really have much to say. I'm not too knowledgeable in that department. It's really just a bellyache. I'm gonna get roasted for that. All right, next up though, at $8, we have standing on Legos. Yeesh. Now I've jumped on Legos before, not just standing on them. And I also weigh, well, let's just say I weigh more than the average folk. And it doesn't feel good. I'm pretty sure my toes were bleeding after. So $8 is, we're actually starting to get up to an amount of pain that is like seriously getting uncomfortable. All right, dude, next up we have $9 with a toothache. I've never really had a toothache before, so I can't say for sure, but it just sounds funny. I'm not saying like toothaches don't hurt, but also I feel like you can make fun of it. Like, oh, you got a little toothache. Oh, okay, that sounds terrible. But I'm just like picturing Adam, my best friend, or Jack, coming up to me and saying, oh, Alec, I have a toothache. Being the phenomenal, great friend that I am, the only proper response is, oh, Adam, oh, you have a toothache. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you have a toothache. I'm so sorry. Oh. You know what I'm saying? But clearly, toothaches actually do hurt quite a bit. Next, we have also a $9 being shot by a paintball gun. Ugh, that's not fun. I used to play paintball growing up. If you ever got shot by one, it actually leaves a welt and a bruise that will last days, sometimes a week. So that can hurt pretty bad. At 11, we have slamming your hand in a door. I've done this once before with a car door, and it was like, I think it was this finger, and my entire fingernail turned black and then fell off. So yeah, it can hurt pretty bad. At $12, we have alcohol on an open wound. I actually did that the other day. I cut my elbow, but it's healed now. You can still see a little teeny bit of scratch marks though. It was like bleeding and pretty bad. Put alcohol on it. Adam put alcohol rub on it, and I made sure not to make a face. I'll admit it hurt really, really bad, but I knew if I made a face, it would make me look weak. So I clenched every single muscle fiber in my body, and I didn't make a face. And now he probably thinks that I'm like the coolest person ever. Bro, sticking your hand in boiling water? What? How is that even close to rubbing alcohol on a wound? Bro, if you stick your hand in boiling water, you burn your whole hand. There's no way that's only $12. You're telling me that's the same amount as being stung by a bee? What? Who is measuring this? Bee is just like if a little bit gets, like if it like splashes up and touches you, but the image that it's showing is like sticking your hand in it. Nah, dude, I'm not doing that. But being stung by a bee, $12. Yeah, I mean, honestly, being stung by bees isn't that bad. Growing up, it was like I was terrified of bees, but now if I get stung by one, it's like, But don't get me started on wasps. Those, I would run from a wasp for 10 miles if I have to. I'm not messing with them. Falling down a flight of stairs is $13. Who measures that? Like, there's so many factors that go into that. How many stairs is it? What type of stair is it? Where on your body are you falling? Like, do you fall on your head? Do you fall on your butt? Falling down stairs can be extremely dangerous. You can break so many different bones. There's just way too much variation in falling down a flight of stairs to put a single number on it. Next, being choked is $13. To be honest, I don't think being choked hurts that much. It's just like you can't breathe. And don't ask me why I know that, okay? Let's not make it weird. But I used to wrestle way back in my day, and I've done a little bit of jujitsu. And so I've had people choking me. Well, not with their hand, but like, you know, like one of these chokes. And it's uncomfortable, sure, but it's not like painful. It's not like, you know, like you get pinched and it's like, ow, it hurts so bad. It's more just like you're like, it's more like that. Oh, please do not clip that. It's over. My entire career is over. It was fun. I can't believe I just did that. Next up, we have starvation. Ooh, only $14, really? The thing is with starvation too, I've never like starved, but I have gone on fasts where I haven't eaten for 72 hours straight and like literally only drank water. I've gone through like being very, very hungry. I'm not gonna claim that I've been starving because there actually are people out there who are suffering very badly and genuinely starving. But I think I can appreciate it a little bit since I've done 72-hour fasts. And I will say it's difficult, but it's not painful. At least for me. It was just very uncomfortable where like every moment of the day I was like, I want to eat. But I was never like, ow, my body hurts really bad. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's taking into consideration like the mental pain, the mental toll, the mental fatigue that it takes to go through that. In that case, I would agree. At $15, we have whiplash. Ooh, okay. So whiplash is like if you get tackled really hard or if you're in a car accident and your head like whips back like that. I have been in an accident before. My brother was driving. We got hit in the back. So our heads went like this. And my brother's head is so gargantuan that he broke his headrest. His headrest went flying to the back of the car. I'm not sure that I necessarily needed to call out my brother like that. Sorry for that if you're watching, but he does have a mega dome. Next at $15, we have ripping off a fingernail. fingernail. I'm pretty sure that's like a torture technique. And if you make it through them ripping off all of your fingernails, then they just start breaking your fingers. I think that's how it goes. I only know that because of TV. I don't do that. I don't think about it. I don't like want to do it myself. I don't know. None of that. I just watch TV shows where they do that. That's all. Totally. Next at $17, we have breaking glass on hand. Really? I feel like that's not bad at all, unless you get cut really bad. But like, there's a chance that you break glass and it doesn't cut you necessarily. I think some of the other ones are way worse than that. Another story about one of my other brothers. He got mad at me actually, and instead of fighting me, he decided to punch a window. This is pretty gory, so I apologize to anyone. I'll try to make it tame though. But he punched his hand through a window and then he ripped it back. And let's just say he had to go to the hospital. I'm not gonna go into details, but there was a lot of blood and he had to go to the hospital and it was really bad. At $18, we have getting a tattoo. I still don't have a tattoo, but I've considered getting one for a while. But I've heard that depending on where you get the tattoo is like how much it really hurts. So if you get a tattoo where it's a lot of bone, that's where it hurts really bad. So like in your hand, like you don't have any muscle here. So when you're getting a tattoo like over top of these bones here, that hurts really, really bad. But in places that you have a lot of muscle, like, I don't know, your arm, I guess, it hurts a lot less. I think, at least, that's what I heard. Next, we have broken bones. Get out of here. No, stop. That's not even close. Sorry for yelling, but that's not even close to getting a tattoo. I know I just said I haven't gotten a tattoo, but no, dude, I've broken bones in my life. I've broken my collarbone. Look, you can see the scar. Can you? I feel like my scar is going away now. Look, I have a scar that goes from here all the way up to there because I broke this bone. It was sticking out. It was terrible. I have a plate in there. I had to get surgery. I broke that. I broke my ankle like my foot completely twisted around, broke my ankle, tore the ligaments in it. I broke my foot, like the three bones in my actual foot. I know what it feels like to break some bones. Outrageously painful. The initial incident is painful alone, but the worst part is having to live with it for the next like week or so. For example, when I broke my collarbone, my arm was just in a sling for the first like week and a half before I got surgery. And so my bone was just like chilling here. Anytime I made any movement with my arm, screaming pain through my whole body, really. Same thing with my ankle. When I broke my ankle, if I ever accidentally stepped on it afterwards, screaming pain through my entire body. Like unexplainable. I can't explain to you how bad it hurts. No one can convince me that getting a tattoo is anywhere near that level of pain. I'm sorry. There's no chance. A 3rd-degree burn though, I guess you could convince me that it's similar to breaking a bone, but only for the, actually no, yeah, that's probably pretty bad. 3rd-degree burn, I never had one, but I could see that being similar to breaking a bone, but getting a tattoo, what are we talking about? Next we have getting punched in the face. Bro, I can't. Breaking a bone hurts way more than getting punched in the face, period. Unless like you break your face when you get punched in the face. Nah, it's actually annoying me now. Next we have hot iron on skin. That's kind of like the 3rd-degree burn one. Wouldn't a 3rd-degree burn be worse than that? Because isn't 3rd-degree burn the worst type of burn? I don't know. Either way, I've always been scared of irons. I don't like irons because they're really, really hot and I don't want to get burned by them. At $22, we have broken stitches. You're joking. You're actually kidding me. Broken stitches is more than a 3rd-degree burn? That's insane. I'm not saying it feels good to have your stitches get broken, but it's worse than breaking a bone. It's worse than when I had my foot twist all the way around and I couldn't put any weight on it at all for like weeks. Come on now. That's crazy. At $22, we have a stomach ulcer. To be honest, I have no idea what that is or what that feels like, so I don't know. I can't say. I'm assuming it just is a really, really bad stomach ache. At $23, we have freeze burn. How do you even get freeze burn? What is that? Is that when you put something really cold and then really hot on it at the same time? I know there was like the salt and ice challenge where you would put like salt on your arm and then put ice on top of it and that would burn really, really, really bad. Is that what it is? I never actually did it though. Ooh, next up we have a migraine. You know what? I can actually vouch for that. Migraines are really, really, really bad. Oh my God, it's so bad. I went through a phase of the gym where I was pushing myself too hard doing legs and too much blood was rushing to my head. And I know it sounds silly because I think if someone told me this, I'd be like, dude, you're a wimp. Like, grow up. Like, are you serious? Just keep working out, whatever. I'm telling you, like, again, I've broken bones. I've pushed through it. Like, I've had broken bones. Wouldn't even go get checked out for the first couple of days, sometimes a week, because I was like, I'm all right. My point is, the amount of pain that I was in my head from working out and like pushing my all this blood going into my head was Oh my God. Unbelievable. And so that gave me a whole newfound appreciation for people that get really severe headaches and migraines. I don't really get them normally. Like if I'm not doing anything, I'm good. It's just sometimes when I'm working out really, really hard, it's bad. So I can respect that one. Next, staring at the sun for 5 minutes. Okay, whoever does that deserves it, let's be honest. No one is supposed to stare at the sun for 5. Everyone knows you don't do that. You don't do that. Although, we did watch a video the other day where it was a punishment that teachers would force their students to stare at the sun. I forget for how long, but yeah, I mean, if you're forced to do it, that just sucks, I guess, really bad. Oh my gosh, that we are jumping up huge. Wait, no, that's gotta be a typo. I believe we're still at $26, and this one is electric shock from Household Mains. Ugh, that doesn't sound fun at all. I thought getting shocked, though, is more like uncomfortable than anything. I mean, I could totally be wrong, but it's more like, not really like, ow. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Like that was kind of a perfect reenactment of, you guys know what I mean. I know that you know what I mean. At $27, we have boiling oil on skin. Eesh. Now, that's happened to me, but like very, 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 very mildly just from cooking. And I'm sure anyone who cooks has gone through that. But I'm assuming in this case, it's like if you pour it on your skin. Yeah, no, I actually don't even want to think about it. That would be awful. That'd be like a 4th degree burn. Is that a thing? I thought it only goes up to 3. Bro, what? Next up, we have $28. Chopping off finger? Okay, we're starting to get a little bit crazy now. Chopping off your entire finger is $28. I feel like it should be a higher metric. I don't know who made the doll system, but like 28 doesn't sound like that high of a number, you know? Like if you told me to come up with a number that aligned with the amount of pain that cutting off your finger would be, I would say like 2 million. Like that hurts really, really, really bad. So whoever made this system it's just like, 28. Chop off finger 28, roughly. Yeah, it's about a 28. Like, who came up with that? I don't know, but obviously that would hurt insanely bad. Next, we have stung by a stingray. The image is still bees, but I do get the point. Stung by stingrays. I've gone swimming with stingrays a couple of times. They're actually pretty nice. They're pretty kind, but I do always get very, very scared that I might make an accidental move and get stung by one. So it is always terrifying, but it's also pretty cool at the same time. At $31, we have swallowing glass. I'm pretty sure the magician David Blaine does that, but he's also a freak. Do not swallow glass ever, guys. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. Okay, and at $32, we have chopping off your entire arm. I mean, what is more painful than that? I literally can't think of anything that would be more painful than that. What is it? Like, what's next? Chop off your head? But then you're just dead. It doesn't even hurt. You're just dead. Like, I mean, I guess there's chopping off your leg. That would probably be more, but like, I actually can't think of anything else that's more painful than that. What is worse? I don't know, but apparently there still is like a lot more things that are worse than getting your arm chopped off. How? Okay, I guess getting a heart attack. I can see it. I can see it. Does that even hurt though? You're kind of just like you feel your heart beating, but I didn't know it hurt. I thought it was just like, ow, oh, what's happening to me? I thought it was more like that. I didn't realize that the people who are having a heart attack are like, ow, this hurts so bad. Make it stop, please. Let me see. What's having a heart attack hurt? Yes, a heart attack typically causes significant pain. Okay. Yeah, it's a pain in your chest, lots of pressure, tightness, squeezing. Okay. I guess hand up where hand needs to be up. I didn't realize that it actually physically hurt to have the heart attack. I guess that's pretty stupid of me as I reflect on that. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Next up, though, we have getting stabbed. That might be my biggest fear. I think I'd rather be shot than stabbed. I don't know what it is or why, but like the idea of like a knife entering my body and then leaving it is like, everything about it I just despise. I don't like it at all. Speaking of getting shot, though, next is getting shot in the chest with a pistol. Yeah, I guess that would hurt pretty bad. That would hurt very bad. That would hurt really, really, really bad even. In fact, in most cases, you would probably die, depending on where you're shot at least. And that's up at $43. We are starting to really make significant jumps here, significant strides in the pain department. And we're up to 48 now, where we have a car driving into you at 30 miles per hour. Yep, that will leave a mark. Because in that case, you're probably gonna break not just one, but many, many bones. And probably have a concussion and be in the hospital for a while, bruising everywhere. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's probably like the doll of breaking a bone, and then they just multiplied it by like 5 because they assume that you're gonna break a bunch of other bones and be scratched up everywhere because you're gonna go flying in the street. Yeah, no, actually, I think I'm gonna continue to look both ways before I cross any streets. Oh my gosh, at $50, we have passing a kidney stone. Look, I know it's gross. I know it's like, ew, that's like so so disgusting to do that. But I'm gonna talk about it for a tiny bit because my dad had them, my brother had them, and it is genetic. It is very common for children to have them if your father had them. So I am in a really bad spot here, and I really never, ever want to do that. $50 is outrageous. But oh, I have $52 that we have getting kicked in the nuts. Oh, I was like half joking about that in the beginning, that I didn't realize would be this high up. Wait, that's actually crazy. You're telling me getting kicked in the nuts? I've been kicked in the nuts before. I mean, growing up as a guy, it's like a classic. I feel like once a month, someone's getting punched, ball tapped, kicked, karate chopped, whatever it might be, in the bungalows. It hasn't happened in a while, to be honest, but it's a thing that happens. So I've felt that. I have felt that before. And I'm not saying it feels good. I'm not saying I enjoyed it at all. But my point is, we did just watch someone get stabbed, someone get shot, and you're telling me that getting kicked in the balls is way worse than that? Wow. That kind of makes me feel really awesome about myself because I've been kicked in the nuts before. And I have hurled over, sure, but you know, I get over it, which makes me think if I get shot, I'll be like, that's all you got? Maybe I shouldn't say that though, because then they'll just shoot me again. So that's probably not the best strategy. Next though, we have the big one, the big argument, childbirth. It does seem to statistically be more painful than getting kicked in the nuts, but honestly not by much, by only $5. That is an argument a lot of men and women have though, is that what hurts more? Is it getting kicked in the nuts or having a baby? I can't believe it's close at all though, because like giving birth just seems insane, but apparently it is actually pretty close. Next at $62, we have drinking acid. Why does anyone even know that? Who is dumb enough to even test that? I don't even want to know what that feels like. You know, sometimes you'll be like drinking Coca-Cola or like water and you can feel it. Sometimes, it's not always. Like normally if you have an empty stomach, you can feel it like drip down into your belly. I guess with acid, you would feel it just burn everything inside of you. And then you would die from burning from the inside out. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad to me. I don't know how it's only $10 higher than getting kicked in the nuts. You're telling me being burned from the inside out? Like all of your organs, your guts, your heart, your lungs, everything is gonna be just boiling, but it's only 10 higher than getting kicked in the bungalows, in the bungalows. All right, sure. Next at $67, we have getting hit with a train at 80 miles per hour. I hate to admit it, but I've seen a lot of those videos. I don't know why, but people seem to get hit by trains more often than you think. And I don't know why it's on my For You page. I don't know why it's in my recommendeds, but I do see them quite often, and it never ever ends well. And last but not least, the most painful thing that a human can experience is at $70 and is being burnt alive. Yep, that sounds horrible. I think in olden times, that was a lot of cultures like torture methods is by burning, and I don't ever want to know what that feels like. Now that we've seen the worst injuries of all time, let's find out what would happen if one of our simplest defense mechanisms just stopped working. I'm talking about doing this. Blinking. What would happen if you didn't blink for multiple days at a time? I will do my best to go through this entire video without blinking a single time. Let me know if you can outlast me. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. After 1 second of not blinking, it feels pretty chilly, huh? Usually we blink every 10 to 20 times, or 10 to 20 times per minute, which is like every 4 to 6 seconds. That's pretty often. I think I'm beating that as of now. I haven't blinked yet. But after 20 seconds, your eyes start to dry out. Blinking releases a tear film, which consists of water, oil, and mucus. Ew! Like there's mucus in my eyeballs? That sounds disgusting. But after 50 seconds, your eyes get red. The tiny blood vessels on the surface of the whites of your eyes expand. Okay, I've definitely been opening my eyes for longer than that. Are they turning red? I don't know, but apparently they're supposed to be. Next, after 1 minute, normal person resistance. This is how long we usually can't stop ourselves from blinking. Okay, well, I think I'm doing a pretty decent job at that. I think I'm doing better than normal. Although I used to have a lot of staring competitions growing up, and I always won. I think I might be undefeated. I might be undefeated when it comes to staring competitions. I honestly don't even feel my eyeballs producing any extra lubrication though. Like they feel like they're just dry eye, and I'm good though. Like, it doesn't even burn or anything. But after 1.5 minutes, pain begins. You will almost feel like you scratched your cornea. Really? Wait, I might be a superhero. Keep in mind too, there is a blaring, and I mean blaring light behind this camera that is just directly in my eyeballs. That cannot be helping me at all. After 2 minutes, you get blurry vision. The eyes need a smooth surface for light to properly focus on. Well, I don't have the best vision already. That's why I wear glasses, but maybe because of all of the staring competitions that I did growing up, that's why I have such terrible vision. Guys, I might be blinking here and there, but I don't feel it. Like, I'm not trying to because it's so subconscious to blink that I might just accidentally be blinking and not even realize if that is happening. Let me know. But after 2.5 minutes, you get a burning sensation. With the evaporation of water comes a burning sensation in the eyes. Dude, how long have I been recording? I've been recording 4.5 minutes. I probably started the challenge about 2.5 minutes ago though, so any second now, I should be burning. My eyeballs should be on fire. So far, so decent though. After 5 minutes, you should be in pretty extreme discomfort. Oh my God, the image of that looks awful. I don't want that. I do not want that. Can you imagine the desperation of not blinking for 5 minutes? I've definitely done that before. I don't know what my record is, but I've certainly broken 5 minutes before. Another one, after 5 minutes, you get bloodshot eyes. Red eyes can be caused by lots of things, but this time they will be worse than ever. Are my eyes bloodshot? Hold on, let me pull up my face cam on my left side here. They look okay to me, and I'm trying to keep them as wide as possible. Hold on, I'm going through a little wave of pain. I'm good, I'm good. I don't feel pain. That's what I need to tell myself, is I don't feel pain. After 8 minutes, you begin yawning, apparently. This is a technique used in staring contests to moisten the eyes. Whew. That's not a bad idea. Oh, wait, that actually helped. That actually helped. It does bring a little bit of liquid into my eyeballs. I don't know why that happens though. Like, why is it that when you yawn, your eyes start to tear up? I don't know. Apparently though, after 10 minutes is when the itchiness starts. Remember, scratching them will make it much worse. To be honest with you, they've itched the entire time. That starts after like 20 seconds. I want to rub my eyes. I do want to rub my eyes really bad right now. All right, after 15 minutes, oh my gosh, wait, extreme pain. The cornea has the densest concentration of nerves of any body tissue sensitive? Wait, I don't know if I realized what I got myself into. Now I'm actually hoping that I've accidentally blinked a couple of times. I really hope that I have, because I don't know if I want to go through extreme pain today. After 20 minutes becomes desperation. A blink lasts 100 to 150 milliseconds. One now would be amazing. Okay, don't tell me that one now would be amazing. I don't need to hear that. I agree. I do agree. I'll be honest, it is starting to burn quite a bit now. After 25 minutes, inflammation. The outer layer of the eye would become cloudy and inflamed. Oh my God, wait, it's actually starting to burn. This is maybe not, maybe I should stop doing this challenge. Oh boy, oh boy. Keep in mind, the actual recording is longer than what you guys are seeing, because I know that we have to cut up some stuff here and there because I suck at reading. So we're gonna have to cut around me reading and messing up my words. So if you guys are also doing this challenge, keep in mind, I've been going longer than you. And let me tell you, it freaking burns now. Okay, hold on. Oh my God. After 30 minutes, sneeze without blinking. We usually close our eyes reflexively when sneezing. That's true. I actually have tried sneezing without blinking before, and it's impossible. I actually think that's impossible. There's a lot of things that I think are possible that people say are impossible. That is one that I do believe though. That's actually impossible. You can't do it. Unless you're like literally holding your eyes open. What? Nah, what is this? What is this? Next up at 35 minutes, boys, we have an eyeball tattoo level of pain. It was like getting an eyeball tattoo, said a man who didn't blink for 35 minutes. Okay, but does he know what that feels like? Like, how can he compare the two? I hope that guy actually got an eyeball tattoo to be able to compare the two. And after 40 minutes, apparently you get like extreme tiredness. Your reflex is to blink, so your muscles are being forced not to. I'm pretty sure people get eye surgery, like LASIK eye surgery, where their eyes are taped open, so they literally cannot blink. That surgery seems pretty terrifying to me, because I'm pretty sure that they do the operation while you're still awake, and you have to just stare forward while a doctor is like chopping your eyeball up. Does that not sound terrifying to anybody else? And after 45 minutes of doing this, you get a headache. Every time we blink, the brain uses that tiny movement to recharge itself. So it's like, oh my, wait, it's like taking a mini nap. Wait, blinking is like taking a 100 millisecond nap, according to what that's saying. I did not realize that. But it's like every time you blink, it's recharging your brain? That's actually really cool. Also, after 45 minutes, you start to daydream. I guess, yeah, because you get a headache and your brain hasn't recharged in a while. But blinking protects the eyes and the brain. It is linked to our ability to focus. Oh, maybe that's why I'm so bad at reading right now, dude. Because I'm not blinking. And my eyes are burning, and it's hard to focus because my eyes are burning so bad. It definitely has nothing to do with me being an absolute moron. I'm totally smart and I've never messed up reading before. Next up, after 50 minutes, debris starts building up. Ew, what do you mean debris? What do you mean debris? Even blinking is painful when something is in your eye. Like what does that mean? Like a bunch of dust and like dirt particles start piling up in your eye? I guess when you do blink, it does help get all of like the extra whatever stuff goes into your eyeballs out. And so if you're never blinking, all that stuff is kind of just staying there. It's not like when you blink, it almost filters your eye. And so if you don't blink, you no longer have that filter. Thus, it's gonna build up a ton of debris and gross things. That is disgusting. I don't like what this image looks like either. I hope it never looks that bad. But after 1 hour, you can't move your eyes? What? You can't move your eyes. What do you mean? They are dry, itchy, and accumulating debris. It feels like heck. Okay, like sure it hurts, but why can't you move them? I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all, and I'm starting to get scared for my own well-being at this point. After 1.3 hours, you've beaten the world record. Paulo Ballesteros did not blink on live TV for 1 hour and 17 minutes. Now, I'm just saying, I am not good at, well, just about anything. I think if there's one thing that I could break the world record in, it might be not blinking. Maybe. I don't know. If I really put my mind to it. After 1.3 hours, anoxic eyes. Oxygen is usually provided by the tear film that is created when we blink. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means though. Anoxic eyes. I think that just means like you don't get any oxygen to your eyes, and so they're just super dry at that point. I don't know. Normally, I love recording videos, and I'm happy to sit in front of my screen for hours at a time. Right now, though, it's pretty painful. After 1.5 hours, your eyes will start to swell. It's a symptom caused by the lack of oxygen. Wait, if the world record, though, is 1 hour and 17 minutes, how do they know that any of this, the rest of this is true? Because an hour and a half is an hour 30 minutes, so no one's ever done that before. So how would you ever know? I don't know. I guess some people have taped their eyeballs open, and that, I guess, doesn't count for the world record. Like the Paula guy probably did it without taping his eyes. So maybe people who do tape their eyes open for like surgeries and stuff, their eyes start to swell. I don't know. But after 2 hours, the itch is unbearable. The pink eye, ew, aggravates the past symptoms like itching and burning. So it feels like pink eye, I guess, after 2 hours. Ugh, that doesn't sound like fun. And after 2.5 hours of not blinking, you lack a bunch of nutrients. The tear film provides the eyes the nutrients they need to stay healthy. Dude, I mean, obviously I knew that blinking was important, but I didn't realize it was like this important, where literally if you don't blink for 2.5 hours, your eyes are seemingly pretty cooked. They're completely lacking of nutrients. They're completely dried out. They itch so bad. Apparently you can't even move them anymore. Like, this seems insane. And after 3 hours of not blinking, keratitis happens. We all know what that means, right? Like, no, I don't have to Google that to explain to anybody what keratitis is, right? I guess I'll read it to some people who like don't know what keratitis is, but like clearly everyone knows what that is, right? But for those of you guys who don't know, this is a serious bacterial infection that can cause blindness. I think I want to blink, guys. I think I want to blink. I really think I should probably blink at this point. And I'm not even anywhere near 3 hours of not blinking, but I don't want to get anywhere near the vicinity of 3 hours. And I've definitely done 3 minutes by now. And I don't want to be anywhere near any of this stuff of whatever's going on now. I'm extremely worried too, because there still is a lot to go. And unfortunately, blindness doesn't sound too appealing to me. But after 4 hours, apparently you get corneal abrasion. A minor scratch in normal conditions would need 1 to 3 days to heal. A corneal abrasion, that's like your cornea. So the cornea is like in the back of your eye, and an abrasion is when you scratch it. Or no, the cornea is in the front of your eye, and an abrasion means like you cut it. Why would it get cut though? I don't understand why it would get scratched from not blinking. Yeah, I don't know how that makes any sense. I feel like I've gotten poked in the eye quite a bit just from playing sports growing up, to the point where I may have had a corneal abrasion before. or something maybe similar. But I don't know how you would get that from not blinking. That doesn't really make much sense to me. Anyway, after 4 hours as well, you get impaired vision. I think I might be getting impaired vision at this point. Everything is so blurry that you can barely see even distinguished shapes. Dude, I'm not kidding. That's what's happening. On my left screen is me. It's me on my left screen. Here, I'll drag me over. Hello, it's me. But out of the corner of my eye, it doesn't look like me at all anymore. See, I'm over there. But when I look here, over there looks really weird. And normally, like, it looks okay. But I think because I haven't blinked in so long and I'm so focused at looking forward, my peripherals are totally messed up. They need to write that in here at some point. Hey, whoever made this, make note that at about, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, peripheral vision looks weird. Not really sure how else to explain it. And I can't give you any doctor terms, but I'm telling you, that is legit. Wait, after 4 hours, there's more impaired vision. It's back-to-back impaired vision. Wait, it has the same exact description too. They really want to let you know not to do this for 4 hours straight. And after 6 hours, you start seeing black dots. See? That's kind of what I said, except out of the corner of my eye, except it's not black dots. It's just more like weird. Like, I don't know. Things are extra blurry on the sides of my vision right now where I have to look at it to make sure that there's not someone behind me. Because in my face cam, it looked like I can see behind me. And when I look forward, now in my face cam, it looks like there's something behind me. But that doesn't normally happen. I think it's because I'm not blinking. Okay, after 7 hours, you get corneal scars, severe eye infections that damage your cornea, leaving scars that affect the vision. Oh, shoot. That does not sound good at all. Oh my God. Just severe eye infections that are irreversible? That doesn't look good. That doesn't sound good. Wait, it doesn't look good. See what I did there? Literally doesn't look good because you can't see, so it doesn't look good. Anyway, after 16 hours of not blinking, no way anyone hasn't blinked for 16 hours straight. That's just outrageous. Maybe a corpse. Sorry to get gruesome, but I feel like that's the only way. Someone dead and just has their eyeballs open. It does remind me of those movie scenes where people just go up and close people's eyes after they die, and then they put tokens on it. I don't know why it reminded me of that. I'm sorry. Anyway, after 16 hours of not blinking, you start to get insomnia. It's really difficult to rest with the eyes open and all the pain and discomfort. Insomnia is just when you can't sleep. Okay. I mean, I've been awake for 16 hours before. I feel like that's relatively normal. And yeah, it does make sense to not be able to sleep with their eyes open. Although I feel like some people have, I've seen people sleep with their eyes cracked open a little bit. You've seen that before, right? Okay, wait, dude. What if you fall asleep with your eyes open, which I'm certain has happened before, and you sleep for 12 hours straight? Does that mean that you would get these eye infections and have vision damage and have corneal scars? It's saying that you would? I don't know. I'm getting kind of sussed out now because I feel like that's definitely happened before. But maybe when you sleep it's different. I'm not sure. Anyway, after 1 day of not blinking, a singular time, apparently you get a fever. A fever is a common symptom when you have an eye infection of any type. I mean, you get a fever, yes, but really it seems like the fever is due to your eye infection, not necessarily you're sick for other reasons. Also, after 1 day, you get swollen lymph nodes. Isn't that in your throat? Yeah, located in the neck, armpit, and groin. They swell when fighting a severe infection. Okay, so at this point, the infection seems to be pretty severe to the point where your lymph nodes are now swollen. Shoot, okay, that's really, really bad. That must be really, really bad. And after 2 days of not blinking, you get what's called milky eyes. This is when your eyes turn opaque and white due to the UV ray. Well, UV rays are from the sun, but if you're not looking at any UV rays, I mean, I have a giant bright light behind me that is scorching my eyeballs right now. I don't think that it's there's any UV rays in that. I feel like that wouldn't matter if you're not outside and in the sun. Also, after 2 days of not blinking, you start to see halos around lights. I'm not getting any halos around lights quite yet, but this could mean that you're developing a serious eye disorder. I mean, I feel like after 6 hours of not blinking, this thing said that you're gonna have permanent eye damage of some sort. So after 2 days, surely you're gonna have some sort of serious eye disorder. That makes a lot of sense to me. But now, boys, we're moving quick because we're on to 3 days of not blinking. And at this point, you can't be exposed to light. Your cornea will be so damaged that even dim light will cause excruciating pain. Okay, so I was right. Having a giant light bulb blasting into my eyeballs at the moment probably is not the best for me. Also, after 3 days of not blinking, apparently you start to hallucinate. Not getting enough sleep can cause your brain to hallucinate. Okay, so that's not really due to not blinking. It's due to not sleeping, which is due to not blinking. So it kind of is due to not blinking. But yeah, I guess if you don't sleep for 3 days, you start to hallucinate. That seems pretty scary. All right, and after 4 days, again, there will be irreversible damage to your eyeballs. By this point, there is no surgery that can save your eyes. Is there any surgery that can help your eyes, though? Because I know, like, LASIK is pretty helpful for helping vision. Dang, that's crazy, though. So if you don't blink for 4 days, you're kind of just cooked. If you're not blind, you're gonna have severely blurry vision, it seems. Ugh. And after 4 days as well, you sleep with your eyes open. There we go. About 1 in 20 people do not shut their eyes while sleeping. Bro, okay, so what is any of this talking about? See, I said that earlier. I said I'm pretty sure I've seen people sleep with their eyes open. Maybe not like wide open like this, but like, you know, just like a little crack here and there. Like I definitely seen that before. And if that's the case, those people will sleep in that position for hours on end, meaning they should experience lots of eye infections, eye blurriness, eye pain, a lot of the things previously mentioned, which I feel like that's not true. Anyway, after 5 days, 5 days, this is about 100 hours now. The pain starts to ease off. What? Contrary to what you may think isn't a good sign. Okay, so I guess at that point, the pain is just numb. Like you stop to feel the pain at that point. Your body's had enough and it's just like, all right, dude, we're over it. We get it. You're not gonna blink. We're gonna stop with the pain receptors in your eyeballs. So you know, you just don't even feel your eyes anymore. You just don't feel them, but it's not a good sign. In fact, it's probably even worse because now your body is just letting, like, you're just cooked. And now you don't even know that you're in pain. You don't even know that your eyes are struggling. You don't even realize. Oh my God. Oh, there's a wave of pain. Oh, I gotta blink. I might have accidentally just blinked. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. I'm good now though. I'm good. I'm good. I started to cry a little bit. I think I'm okay. Oh, there was just like a huge wave of pain that just exploded in my eyeballs. And I might have blinked. I know I might have blinked. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to blink. But like, dude, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad. In fact, I'm gonna keep this going. After 7 days, apparently you get very, very, very poor vision. Every day it gets worse. Even if you start blinking now, it wouldn't even help much. Yeah, I thought so, because after 4 days, apparently there's irreversible damage. So after 7 days, there's gonna be a ton of irreversible damage. I would have expected you to be blind by now, honestly. And oh my God, believe it or not, it even gets worse. After 9 days of not blinking, the only thing that you can see is light. I thought that's how it always is, though. You can't see darkness. It's just black, so I don't get it. But it says, by this point, your vision is so impaired that you can only see light sources. Okay, so it just like excruciatingly blurry vision is what it seems to mean. And after 10 days, apparently you get a parasitic infection. Poor eye hygiene can lead to it can lead to parasites such as worms and protozoa. Disgusting. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up. Apparently parasites like worms can live in your eyeballs if you don't blink. That's what I was saying before. Like, blinking is kind of like a filter for your eyes. So if you don't blink, not only can dust get in there, but apparently parasites can get in there too. And after 12 days, that's when you're seemingly fully cooked. There's irreversible blindness. You'll become totally blind. So horrific to imagine. Also, after 12 days, there's total darkness. Are you blinking manually yet? I don't know what that means. And there we have it. After 12 days of not blinking, that is finally when you will go fully blind. And for the first time in a while, I am intentionally going to blink. Oh my God. Oh my God, that feels so good. Oh, my eyes itch now. Oh my God, that feels so good. Oh, I feel like I just ate a slice of pizza after not eating for 3 days straight, except that feeling in my eyeballs. Wow, that was amazing. I kind of want to do it again now. Anyway, boys, if you enjoyed this video and want me to react to some more fun, crazy, ridiculous facts, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and click this video right here.